Hi, I'm Carrie,
I'm Chemda.
and this is Gilmore Friends.
We just
I don't know. Do we have theme music?
we do now, right? We just
Yeah.
watched episode 3, your third episode ever
Third
of Gilmore Girls.
Episode.
And
Yeah.
of course, I'm at the edge of my seat. I'm wondering if you're feeling the same feelings that I am. What I want to do is, while we're watching it, since we're watching it together, is I want to say some of the dialogue that I already have memorized.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
it's coming. I think episode 4, get ready for it. I'm going
You're
to
going
be
to say
like,
it with it. We'll have to mute you. That's what.
Yeah.
Don't ever watch Ghostbusters with me. I'm impossible. I say the lines with the actors. It's bad. Like,
yeah,
I've been
I
shushed.
enjoyed doing it. So
You can't help it.
yeah, today is the odious woman episode. I said the
Odious
odious
woman.
line. Like yeah, and we'll get to that. Let's start with
We got to bring the word odious back, though. Make a note. Make a note.
Yes.
Odious is coming back.
I've never heard the word before. But anyway, it opens with a cold open. We're at the dinner table Friday at 7, right?
Yep.
And here we learn about the maid situation.
Yes.
So I thought, it's 25 years later that we're 25 years later. This came out in 2000. This is 2025. And Richard Gilmore could not tell the difference between Anton and Sophia. And Lorelai was like, well, one is a girl, one is a boy. And he's like, I'm busy. And I'm like, you are so modern. It doesn't
Yes.
matter.
He doesn't see gender.
He doesn't
Yeah.
see it. So
Yeah.
he already understands gender fluidity.
Yep.
And he's just this modern, stuffy guy. And I don't think he's been given credit for it. So credit to you, Mr.
Credit
Gilmore.
to you. I noticed that too. I was like, he lives in a non-gendered society. We should all aspire to be like that. Like, he doesn't notice what restroom he goes into because it doesn't freaking matter.
Meanwhile, obviously, we're joking because all he doesn't realize is people in his home serving him. These people are absolutely invisible
Yes.
to these people. And I often wonder about that. Like, when you have so much money that you have maids and servants and people, kind of tending to you, you still talk your normal, it's not like you have company. They speak like things are just happening around them. And I think you get used to it. And there's this thing that I don't know that I would be comfortable with. And every time I say something like that, I'm like, that's me telling the universe, don't worry about giving me money. I won't be comfortable with it.
Right.
But they're so comfortable with it because these people do not exist. Food just shows up in front of them. They don't know their maids' names. It doesn't matter. It's just the food showing up. There's a robot, a ghost. It doesn't matter who's handing it to them. They are invisible to them. And that's how they can have regular conversations. And I bet they don't even talk personally to each other, even if they were alone. So they're just living their regular life. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think that is a cartoonish vision of, I feel like the name of the person whose food you're eating. If it is in your own home, I think that's why it's funny and like overblown for the show. But yeah, the name of the person who's like,
Well, you have to sign their contract, right? Like, Emily is head of house. That's what she has to do. So she has to sign like, oh, this person works for me now. But I think they're showing
But
so
it's like,
much.
it's as if you didn't know the name of your nanny. You know what I mean? Like, it's no, like, that level of wealth is so over the top that these people on the show are not there yet, where you don't have to bother to learn the names of the staff. And like, I think that's so completely over the top.
But that is what they're doing
Right.
with this scene, right?
That's
is
what they're
going
trying
like,
to point out, that these people are so crusty and so shitty that they haven't
Yeah.
bothered to learn the names of the people cooking their food
yeah, they
in
don't
their
care.
own home.
They're all interchangeable. It could be
Right.
the gardener handing them
and
the
this
food.
kind of thing happens on other shows where like one maid dies and they get a new maid and they just call her by the name. That's like a British royalty thing where they're like, and like it was in Devil Wears Prada.
Was it?
where-
I've watched that several times. So which one?
I think she calls her assistants by the
Emily.
same Emily. She calls all of her assistants Emily because she can't be bothered.
Yes.
And like, I think that's the caricature of like the rich person who doesn't bother.
I mean, obviously Meryl Streep in that movie is a golden god.
Yes.
She's just no, that wasn't a question.
Yes.
Yes, all hail. But also, they're not just dismissive of the maid; they're showing how dismissive they are of Lorelai's life constantly.
Yes.
So, how's your little inn? Oh,
Right.
it's good. Oh, mom's having a wedding there, and it's like, oh, the little child spoke, so you heard it. Oh, a little wedding at your little inn. Anyway, Rory, how's school? I guess I'm
Right.
done. You weren't done? Did you have some other meaningless things to say?
Tell us more. Yes, that's very again the dismissive of Lorelai and her life, and there's so much mother-daughter tension there.
Oof.
As contrasted by Rory Lorelai bestie dynamic. So we
So,
get this
as we're watching, I'm thinking, are you feeling that? You
oh
know?
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God. It's awful.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, a lot of people have tension one way or another with one or both of their parents. Like that. It's just that when it's on screen, it's like we were just talking about The Bear. And like there's that dinner table
show,
scene.
The
I don't
Bear.
no spoilers about The Bear, but like there is a very tense dinner scene
Yes.
in season 1, and it's like you could feel it in your
It's
stomach.
so relatable. I mean,
It's
the
so
ending
relatable.
of that scene is not exactly how all of our holidays have ended, but holidays and going back home, like even that people say I'm going back home, but they're really going to their parents' house is the anonymous meetings. They they have a lot of people going in around holiday time because you got to go deal with your parents and how they talk to you and interact with you, and a lot of more drinking. But you don't have that relationship with your mom, right? Like you're like happy to go.
Oh yeah.
Visit.
But Mom and I also like drinking together. Like we're drinking buddies. But like no, there's no tension like that. I mean, that's more of a dad thing where you kind of just have to like the tension with one of my parents is with my dad, where you have to just let him do his show, and your job is the audience. It's not it's not an interaction. It's not a conversation. It's a like, Dad is going to tell you something, and your job is to smile and nod and tell him it's a genius idea. If you deviate from that at all, you're going to have a bad time. So
See, I think that's so important to know because you have to ahead of time decide that you're going to be in that headspace and that
Yes.
you're going to follow those rules, because otherwise everybody's having a bad time. Now, you're not having a great time anyway.
no, it's a terrible
But-
time because you spend the whole meal biting your tongue. You
Yeah.
spend the whole meal not saying what you want to say. Excuse me. And then you're playing this improv game of like, let's
no
make
and.
yeah, right. And if you offer any mild challenge, it goes badly. Like
That's how I used to feel in holidays. Like a bunch of the family, like extended family, would come, like 30 people sitting at a table, and I just was hoping that nobody asked me who I was dating, what I was doing for a living, like no questions. I would hang out with the kids because they don't care what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I didn't want anyone to ask me about my personal life because my personal life didn't match what was expected of me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, let's just get through this delicious food. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
And I'll listen to your stories and ask you what you're doing, but please don't ask me anything because I don't want to lie, and
Right.
I won't have an answer. I have been there where, like, you know, the cousin's girlfriend who is American will just be politely having, you know, what's the thing that you ask first? Like, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, how's your life?
Yeah.
Don't
I've done
worry
the
about it.
deflection, be like, oh, stuff. You got to be super vague. You're like, oh, you know, a little of this, a little of that. Anyway, I love this sweater.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of sweater,
Yes.
they go golfing. Rory says that there's sports. I was screaming that she should take up lacrosse because that's a unique sport. It's more interesting. I don't know a lot of people who play lacrosse. The people I know who do play lacrosse are super cool. So
But she's not going to be running around. You gotta
I don't
run.
know. All right. Well, anyway, they decide on golf, and she's
Yeah.
going to go golfing with her grandfather. Chemda, have you ever been golfing with your grandfather?
No, my grandfather, I only met one grandparent, and it was my grandfather, and he didn't speak any language that I spoke. So he was super sweet. He would buy us ice cream every time, didn't live in the same country. So I don't think anyone was playing golf that I ever knew ever. I've
Oh.
never been on a golf
What country?
course.
What country did he live in?
Israel.
Okay.
But he didn't speak Hebrew too much because he's actually from Iraq. So
Okay,
it would
okay.
be like
So
this broken Hebrew that like he would try to speak at me, but then my mother would sort of translate, but you know, he's
Yeah,
not.
that's weird. But at least he was sweet in demeanor.
He was.
like, yeah.
He was. And I
And
don't know.
you never got the opportunity to speak the universal language of golf.
You know, nobody in my family ever played golf. That's
I have been golfing with my grandfather.
Tell me more.
I will tell you more.
I'm so shocked, by the way. Look at how shocked I am.
So, granddad.
Like in a country club, or can you only golf
I was trying
in
to
a
remember
country
if it was a
club?
clubby club. It didn't feel like a snooty patootie, like movie kind of club. But I think it was a club. I think he was a member of a golf club. I'll have to ask my mother. But I don't remember it being this snooty.
It wasn't odious.
I loved it for a reason that we did not see in this episode, and it was because my grandfather let me, as a child, drive the cart.
Oh.
So do you want to go golfing with granddad didn't mean do you want to go golfing. To me, it meant do you want to drive the cart?
I don't think I've ever driven one of those.
If you're 10 and you're from
that's
New York
cool.
City, you're not from car culture. Like you're from New York City and you get to go drive a golf cart.
Did you reach
Oh.
the pedal?
Yeah, they're tiny.
Oh.
They're made for like tiny people.
Go, Grandpa.
So that was the most fun ever.
I assume he spoke English.
He spoke English and the universal language of golf.
Now, did you really speak to him? Like, were you having conversation? Because you know, a lot of people with their grandparents, it's like,
No, it was pretty surface.
yeah,
You know, I wasn't like, do you believe in God? I was more like we weren't having like deep talk. We were having like, you know, nice day, what's for lunch kind of talk.
Okay.
But I didn't hate it. I really didn't. And when I have gone golfing myself, the
like
first thing
voluntary, like, hey, friend, let's go golfing.
yeah, I've been golfing.
I mean, you know, golf has changed over the years. I'm pretty old school about it, where it was, and as we saw in Gilmore Girls, it was for old people. You know, it's like
Right.
what old people did after they retire. They spend a lot of their time in the country club or on the golf course. But now it's like for young folks, like,
I think it's for rich people.
oh,
So you can be old or young. It just you're more likely to be rich if you're old. No,
is it expensive?
it's not expensive. It just takes all freaking day.
Oh, so you have to have time, and
So
time
you have
is
to
money.
have the leisure time, and then like a lot of times it is where you're making the business deals. You know, it's where you're like talking to business associates, and then you're like, you know, what we should do is merge our companies. Rah, 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 rah.
Right. It used to be like either that or the strip club. Now they had
Right,
to like
and then there
commodify.
there is a sextant on this, you know, the 12th hole
We
when you're
what?
playing golf. Yeah, golf clubs have sextants. Look it up.
What? I don't know how to not believe you.
I mean, I would Google it
What is
right
a
now. It's
sextant?
true. True. Certain golf clubs have like when you get to the 12th hole, there's a tent there, and inside the tent is a lady who you can pay to have sex with.
Are you messing with me?
No, look it up. I don't want to like interrupt us to Google it, but it's true.
Oh.
But anyway, going with Granddad, we didn't go to the sex tent. I don't
You
think
didn't?
we went to the sex tent. I don't think it was that kind of golf club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guaranteeing that a certain U.S. president, his golf clubs have a sex tent. But I'm going way off topic. Do you know where Fez is?
No.
Okay.
Now I feel really dumb. I should have looked that up.
I mean,
No.
yeah. She named a bunch of cities I knew.
Yeah.
And then she said Fez, and I was like, oh crap, I don't know where Fez is. It's in Morocco.
We have just been told it's in Morocco. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like that. I was gonna guess really ignorant Eastern European. It sounded
I would
like
have said something like Morocco.
really. Oh well, no, it's too late to have said that. Yes, that's what I was picturing, the red hat. But I always pictured that from like an Eastern European country. But boy, am I wrong. Wow,
I feel
Morocco
like
is so
a
not
cartoon monkey wears that little hat.
Because, that's all we know is
because I'm a dumb American and that's what we're fed about Fez.
Please let that be the only super ignorant moment of this particular episode.
No, we're relatable. We're totally relatable.
Okay, cool.
The people of Fez hate us now. We are cut off from there.
People around the world are hating Americans, and they have so many reasons. But we digress.
There's better reasons to hate Americans, but. Then they go to the diner. Why is Luke a bummer? Like, she's like, I went golfing today, and he can't just say, that's nice, or okay. He goes, golf. Like, all of these characters are really flat. These background characters are so one-dimensional. But Luke is like, we had a flash of Luke being sexy when he wore a shirt. And then all of a sudden, like, his only lines are to bum someone else out about animal rights or the environment, which are both major problems. But, like, read the room, Luke. What the hell?
He's just a grumpy puss. He's
just a grumpy
character.
But he can't make chit-chat with a client? I mean,
No.
All right. And then we get that Lorelai is upset that Rory had fun and that her mom was kind of right.
I so feel for her, but every time I'm about to watch the sweater scene, I'm always cringing. I'm always considering fast forwarding. I can't deal with it because Lorelai just like switches into this sort of like monster.
It does look like she gets possessed. She says it later.
Yeah,
she's like, I got possessed.
It's such a sad scene.
But then we switch to the B plot, which is the wedding taking place at the inn. And I also think the harpist being an asshole is like not funny anymore. I'm like, we get it. The harpist is an asshole.
It's a very particular sense of humor that is sprinkled all over, right?
Yes, but it's this like snark, this like unnecessary, and I like snark. I mean, I am balls deep in snark most days. But like, it's sort of these characters that like, we have Michelle, we have Luke, and we have the harpist, whose name I forget. And they're all just like these snark machines for no reason.
It's beyond snark. And that would always make me feel uncomfortable. I had to get used to that in the show, that it's not really snark. It's actually just mean.
It's just mean.
Yeah.
And I think like when you grow up on TV like this, you like, this is the sense of humor that you develop. And I've had to like pull it back in my regular life because you think you're being funny and you're hurting people's feelings because like not everyone is on the same page with like, this is just our banter. Like you think you're being banter and like, because if you're raised on like,
but you're being banter at work, and banter at work when you're in service. And they're all in. Notice they're all in service.
Yes.
Michelle is in service.
Yes.
Drella is what her name is, the harpist. And Luke, they're all in service, and they're all like, "Why would you order that? Why would you want me to do that?"
Or like,
and it's
I'm not.
Exactly
and
their job.
Lorelai is your boss, and she's like, "Go help this guy out," and he's like, "I will not do it," and you're like, "That's your job." Like,
I do think it's the sense of humor of the writer/writers.
I know, I get it, but like we gotta develop these characters a little quicker because now we're 3 episodes in, and I don't like any of them.
Ooh,
like,
okay.
I know that they're like lovable snark faces, but like that really is their only jobs. And it's
I get it. I am mostly in agreement with you. Like it took me a really long time to get over Michelle. In my mind, I'm like, you work for her.
Yeah, you work for her. Relax.
casual.
Just do the job.
Yeah.
I still predict a Michelle story arc. He's got to fall in love. He's got to lose a parent. Like something happens to him that he sweetens up for a minute. He needs to think about his life.
As usual, I may not, and I will not respond to your predictions.
Do not respond. Do not let me know. But that's what I'm hoping for. All three of these characters, maybe not the harpist. Lorelai has so then the sweater scene happens, and it is painful AF.
Heartbreaking. Like heartbreaking.
She picks a fight because she's salty. She's jealous.
But she's jealous, and she's like, it's coming. Obviously, she's jealous, yes, but it's so uncomfortable. It makes me feel like it's inappropriate, but you just want to be like, hey, the people that you're getting along with, they're jerks. They've been jerks to me. They're just like putting in this groundwork, and then they're going to jerk you. Like that's my feeling of it. Like, you don't even know. You need to hate them. And of course she's got to dial that back. Of course that's not going to be, or at least has not been, Rory's interaction with these people. And as we've seen a lot, like in and outside of TV, grandparents have a different relationship with their grandkids than their children.
Always.
And a lot of that is really heartbreaking, and a lot of that requires a lot of patience from that middle person, the parent.
Yeah.
Because they have to be like, oh, so you do know how to be nice to people. Okay.
Right.
I'm not going to bring it up.
You didn't give it to me. Right. Your niceness skips a generation. And
it does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's 16, which is like the age Lorelai was when she got pregnant.
Right.
Is like
when she had a baby.
She had a baby. So like,
yeah,
I don't know, that's got to be meaningful. But there's also, and I've been there, and I think it's sort of the human condition. Have you been there when someone doesn't hate the same person that you do and you feel betrayed? Because you're like, why can't you see what a jerk this person is?
And
you're
vice
on my
versa.
side.
I've been to, I'm like, oh, you see this too. That's good. But one time, a close friend of mine came for dinner at my parents' house, and my father was not responding the way he usually does. So I found myself goading him, like just needling him. Like, well, what do you think about that? Like bringing up politics, bringing up, controversial issues. And he was just being like Mr. Polite and not the usual.
Yeah, and then people are like, your dad seems fine.
And I'm like, and I picked at him until he actually did flip the switch. And then I was like, oh, too far, because he came at me, and the rest of the night I was just sobbing. And I'm like, why did I do that? Why?
Right.
Just,
right.
Like we said before, you have to make the decision that you're going into this atmosphere. How do you want to react? And I did the wrong thing. That was the last time I pushed the buttons when I didn't need to.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah, that sucks.
But part of me was like, see?
That's what I mean. But you learn where the lines are. Like, now you know where the lines are for sure. Yeah,
the lines are always where that other person wants it to be, because they're obviously controlling the atmosphere.
Right.
You're
but it is
walking
infuriating when someone is a known asshole and then they meet someone and they're nice.
Yeah.
And you're like, so you have it in you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, you're turning it on for my friend.
And you're choosing that from me. That's right, interesting.
So that I don't feel validated, Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do feel betrayed if you have a close friend who likes a person you hate, which is such a stupid but human. I think that's a human thing.
Yeah, and
we're
it feels
like, no,
lonely.
we're supposed to hate the same person. Like,
it feels sad and lonely. It feels like, oh my God, am I the jerk here? Like you start gaslighting yourself.
You're never the jerk here.
But what if you are the jerk and everyone's like waiting for you to be the jerk?
Right.
It's oh, now you're so nice.
Right. But so I kind of feel Lorelai's pain. I also think that Rory's such a sweet kid. Again, she's got to have some demons. No kid is that sweet. Come on, let's get to her demons. We're going to find some crack under her pillow or something soon. Episode 5. Putting it down. Rory does crack. It's coming.
But you notice Grandpa only, and I get this, he's so not into being with her. And I think like the patriarchs, the male folk in the family were grumpy like that. Like, no, I don't have to like spend quality time with people. I go to work. I provide the money. You provide the conversations and the social engagements and things like that. So he's like, why are you putting me in this position? Meanwhile, it's your granddaughter and you're going to do like one of your favorite things. But he's so adamantly against it that he can't help but say it in front of the kid. You know, like, no, I don't want to go. But look how the matriarch is like, wait, I wrote down the quote because I think like you raised your eyebrow also. Oh, yeah. It means a great deal to my happiness and yours. And he takes the girl golfing. And it's like, you can say things like that. Like you can step out of line of like, you know, second in command. And let's be real. That's where you are. There's the husband and the wife. And there's like they live in a very old school situation. But you will step into that front line and say like, no, this is important to me. So now I am above you and I'm telling you this is how this has to go. And he backs off.
Yeah. Because she's really not the second in command. You know, the trick is to let the boys think they're in charge and then tell them what to do.
And then there's that. Yeah.
I shouldn't. Oh, now they'll know.
They're not listening. But they never do.
Lorelai has the self-awareness. I wrote down that she has the self-awareness to realize that she was a jerk really quickly. She doesn't let it fester, which is the mark of a quality human, that she is aware that she messed up. And you do mess up. And
I wrote that down. I wrote, Mom says sorry, because I'm like, oh, wow. She's like admitting it, because usually it's just, let me be quiet until the energy naturally changes, and then we just go about our business.
Right. But Rory doesn't hold a grudge either. Like, in this scene where they're walking through and Suki finds the strawberries, she causes a cyclist to have a major accident.
Yeah.
And nobody bats an eye.
No, Lorelai says, are you okay? And we're supposed to understand that he is, but yeah.
Did that trigger you at all?
Those are other things like in the show where I have to be like, this is somebody else's sense of humor. I don't like people falling sense of humor, but I know like a lot of people do, and a lot of people like fighting sense of humor like that. So I'm like, okay, that wasn't for me. This is just a certain jokey part of the show that I can keep moving with that.
Ugh. I didn't think it was funny. I didn't even think it was put in there for humor. I thought it was put in there to like illustrate how oblivious Suki is and how like
but that's
strawberry blind. Like she's obsessed with strawberries right now. Like what is this? Like the C plot is that she's got to make these goddamn like strawberry shortcakes. Boo on C plot. No, not a fan. Don't care. Then we cut to the wedding, and I wrote down that nobody dances that much at a wedding in the daylight. I'm so sorry. I've been to weddings. I've been to a billion weddings. I've been to daytime weddings. I've been to nighttime weddings. I've been to sober weddings. I've been to drunken weddings. Nobody is dancing like that in the daylight. And if they are, it is 6 children dancing like that on the dance floor.
I never really put that together because so I did a lot of parties. Like I worked parties. For
That's
like 12 years. I did kids parties, but I also did like bar mitzvahs. And I was also one of the people who were emceeing and trying to get people on the dance floor.
People on the dance floor. So you tell me, do adults dance like that in the daylight?
Well, for me, it was always the same. I never really recognized if it was day or night. So maybe I was having a harder time and didn't realize. My job was always to trick you to get on the dance floor. So as far as I'm concerned, everyone's on the dance floor because I'm doing my job.
Right.
So I don't know. I haven't been to a lot of daytime events like that.
That's my 2 cents, and I can be proven to prove us wrong. Tell me
you had to hire me.
People were wildly right. Maybe you were just better than any DJ of any wedding I've ever been to, but my experience is that you don't get the entire wedding out on the dance floor in broad streaming sunshine.
I didn't even think of that, but I know you're right.
Thank you.
Because you have the experience.
Good.
Yeah.
Say it again.
There's also, you're right. There's also,
But also, like, who does a conga line? I don't know.
No, we were doing conga lines in weddings.
All right.
We were doing
This is
conga
why,
lines.
okay, so at weddings, I've been besties with many a bride who has said, I don't want to do like the cheesy electric slide or like the cheesy
chicken dance.
The chicken dance. And I'm for them. And I'll explain my rationale. Maybe this isn't the place for this, but
No, do it. Yeah.
I think it's a low stakes way to get people up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be the one to start dancing.
It's
but
the
if
cheat code.
It's a cheat code. I feel like
Yeah.
if everybody gets out of their seats to do the cha-cha slide, then you're already on the dance floor for a regular song. And the
Yes.
stakes, you don't have to be the first awkward person to walk into the middle of the dance floor.
I always
and
was,
start,
but yes.
and start moving. No, I've had that job too. Like as a bridesmaid, I've been the bridesmaid where it's like, okay, girls, like get the party started by all of you going on the dance floor.
I just wanted to dance, so I'm like, I don't care if no one's dancing. I'm gonna dance. But no, I think you're right. I'm against it, but I did use it because it is the crutch.
It's a low stakes way to get people out of their seats.
Yeah, it's the hey, we all know these 3 moves. Let's just do them. But I draw the line at chicken dance at,
I don't do
at an
chicken
adult.
dance. I'll do
adult
cha-cha
party.
slide because it's so stupid. And everybody clap your hands gets stuck in my head.
Everybody clap your hands. But everyone all of a sudden, feels very rhythmic.
I like it, and especially if I'm wasted, because then it's funny.
I liked it as a person who had to get you up and dance, but I think here's a different cheat code that I used more is the slow dance. So you slow dance like, hey, here's the couple, they're slow dancing. Hey, lovebirds, join them in. So it's a little like low stakes. You're already with a partner. So now once that song ends, you get into a dance song. So you're already there, and then everyone's on the dance floor, and then you dance.
That is also a good cheat code.
Yeah, I use that more than
Or
the
like,
other stuff.
I mean, the slow songs, if you're at a wedding single, you just go to the bathroom to cry. And then that cuts to like
you hooking up with the groomsmen?
single ladies. No. Then the music goes to like a dancey song, and then you have to go all tear streaked out of the bathroom and be like, oh, I love this song. And then you go out, and then everyone's like, why were you crying in the bathroom? If only you had a man to comfort you,
That's so funny. I would go with my parents. Funny, not haha. I would go with my parents to a lot of weddings as a younger person, and because who was I knowing like at the age of, I don't know, 17, 20, who's getting married. And I would cry because I would hold back my tears because I didn't want to ask anybody, because I'm like, no one's going to be this happy when I get married because I'm already dating the wrong person. I'm already like living the life that they don't want. And I'm like, look how happy everybody is. Look how willing they are to celebrate this day that's supposed to be celebrated, right? They're just going to be so upset when I tell them who I am. And I would just sit there and go, oh, this sucks.
So you went to the bathroom to cry too.
No, I didn't. And then the whole time at a wedding, people would be like, you're next, you're next, you're next.
Oh, shut up.
Oh my God. And one time my brother was with me and he's like, oh my God, I thought you were kidding. He at some point was like, can you stop telling them that? I'm like, that's not what we do. That is not how you get rid of these people. I know that. And I felt so sweet. It was my older brother and he was like being protective of me. And I'm like, I appreciate you feeling this for me because now I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you're vindicated. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like something nice to say. You're next, you're next, you're next. And I'm like, I want to die. So yeah, it was nice, but I was like, that's not how we do that. But thank you. I appreciate it.
No, it's like the grandparents like begging the couple to have grandchildren at the wedding. They're like, when are you giving me grandchildren? And it's like everyone chuckles. And I'm like, that's disgusting.
It is.
You're being gross and weird.
Oh,
and then they
people
have one
gross to me
baby
like
and they're
that all
like,
my
when's
life.
the next baby? Like the whole family planning conversation at weddings, I find very distasteful.
Yeah, and you're never
gross.
done. You're never
No, you'll always
satisfied.
do it wrong. Right.
Yeah. It's like, right, when are you getting married? When are you having your baby? When are you having the other baby? When is your child going to do this? Now you're like second degree, like, anyway.
Yeah.
But
But
thing
anyway,
about
we find out that Lorelai used to wear ruffled underwear, which I find very gross. I've never worn ruffled underwear. Have you?
I didn't catch the ruffled underwear. I thought she wore
She
ruffled.
said she goes, the dresses, they see the little girl being scolded for not
Yeah.
being ladylike. And Rory says, thanks for not putting me in a dress like that. And she goes, but there is the benefit of those dresses. They fly up when you twirl. And if you wear ruffled underwear, it gets a response or something. And I was
That's
like,
creepy.
that's creepy.
No, I never wore ruffled underwear as a kid.
I can't believe Lorelai did either, because that's
Well,
gross.
she was in high society, right? So
Yeah.
she was
But
getting
even
dressed up.
people in high society, I mean, no, that's not a thing they
I
do.
think only babies do that, right? They have the weird baby on top of the underwear
Yeah.
on top of the diaper, and it's ruffled. I haven't seen that in a long time, but
Yeah, I've
that
seen
was
that.
a thing. Yeah, it's just I think when you're female, especially at that time, especially if you need to express so much of this femininity, and that's what femininity means. I feel like ruffles is the biggest sign of femininity.
Right. Yes,
so
of course. Ribbons. Oh my God. If you got ribbons, then you're a girl.
I didn't do
Holy-
ribbons, but I did a lot of petticoats. Are you
Oh
familiar
my
with
God.
this? Yes.
You wore
yes.
petticoats? Damn.
Petticoats. Yeah. It was so hot in them. And my bat mitzvah dress actually stuck in me. I had bruises the next day.
Oh my
I had a
God.
petticoat. It was this big skirt situation.
That's crazy. You're
every
from
time-
the 1800s.
Yeah, when you have old school parents, they're like, no, this is what a girl wears. I didn't pick my bat mitzvah dress, and it was disgustingly expensive.
I didn't mind wearing dresses as a kid, but I would go climb trees and run around in the dirt with them.
My
I was
mother would
not a
kill you.
delicate. I was not a delicate, but I still liked looking cute.
I like
know.
dressing up. When it was bar mitzvah time, when we were in 7th and 8th grade, everyone was having their bar mitzvahs, and it was very wedding-ish. I enjoyed getting dressed up, but I enjoyed going out to social events. So if
Right.
you were having a party at your house or or a major event with dress up, I'll dress up, I'll dress down. I just want to go out and there's dancing, there's food, it's so much fun. It's not like my mom was making lasagna. There's lasagna at these places, there's burgers. I wasn't
Yeah,
I had
it's
burgers
fun.
at Burger Nosh. It was just,
Burger Nosh. So
So,
I
but
think
then-
that Rory. So eventually, Lorelai and Rory make up. Do you feel like Rory forgave Lorelai very, very quickly for a teenager?
I think it's her relationship with her mom is open. So I
It's
feel like
so unique, but she has the emotional intelligence of a wise old lady. I'm getting
but
that
that's
this
because
is
she didn't have to navigate gaslighting and passive aggressiveness. She doesn't have to navigate her mom's crazy, and when she does, her mom admits it. So
Right.
I feel like most kids, even in their grown-up age, if their parents just go, you know what, I did do that and I'm sorry, you're just oh, forgiven. It doesn't,
right. Just because
not
you're so
always, and depends.
No, but I see what you're saying, that you're just so relieved that they're acknowledging that you're not crazy.
And at the end
Yeah.
of the day, what really happened? She can tell. Even during the fight, Rory was like, "What's wrong with you?"
Right.
Because you can tell that things are wrong. And I don't know. At 16, if you've always been listened to and always been comforted, been open to, and been heard, then you can navigate that. But yeah, she is older than.
I mean, she just
She's not shut up, mom.
but she didn't have an emotional response to her mom freaking out on her besides saying, "What's wrong with you?" She wasn't take the sweater, and tear the sweater off or something.
Right.
It wasn't. She did not have what I feel would be.
But she did have that in the episode before when Lorelai was or I don't know if it was the first or second episode when Lorelai was oh, you're going to the school now. This is not about a boy. She had that humpy, I'm walking away from you.
Yeah.
Remember, she said, you can't walk too fast. So I think when they're upset, they respond
Yeah.
upset. It's like you said, you were allowed to be angry and upset in your house.
Yeah.
When you're allowed to be angry and upset, you might not have to take it as far as when
Right.
you're
You
not
might
allowed.
not have to freak out.
Yeah.
I know, but she's so obviously picking a fight.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah.
And like she knows it, Rory knows it, you know, and like they sleep on it, and like she does forgive her, but I don't know. I found it a little bit like, all right, you know, the plot requires that this fight is not a real fight. Like this was a very like scripted fight, in my opinion.
That's so funny because I feel like if my mom said those words to me, I'd be like, oh, okay, you were going through a time. But because she didn't, I went further and further. Because because when you don't acknowledge it,
Yeah.
Your brain goes to all different kinds of places, and you stay in that anger, and you're supposed to pretend that you're not angry, and you're supposed to get over it on your own, and now you're just on your own, but you're being told that you're loved very much, and it's this like odd, how do I navigate this? You love me very much, but you speak to me in a way that's just completely disrespectful. You never acknowledge it, but the acknowledgement, I think, isn't that how you stay like friends with people, how you have good relationships at work? You just go like, I lost my mind, you know?
Yeah.
And then
yeah, I mean I mean ideally, if you know the person is like mad at you, you can apologize. But a lot of people are not that honest. A lot of people are not that upfront. A lot of people will just stay mad, and you don't know what you did. Like
so
telling
Lorelai
someone
did the work.
Telling someone you're mad at them is like a kindness.
Right.
You know, because it gives the other person an opportunity to apologize.
Especially when you're going to show that you're mad and say that you're not.
Right.
Now you're just annoying.
Now you're being weird. You're being passive aggressive, and like you're being weird. But like if you have like a best friend and you guys have a fight, and like one of you gets over it first. Mm-hmm. You know, like I feel like it's up to the one who's not over it to say something. Because you don't want it to fester. You don't want it to like be like, no, this still hurts me.
Yeah, I don't know whose job it is, but if somebody doesn't take on that job, or if somebody always takes on that job, then you have
ideally you'd have the two people
taking turns. Yeah.
I like
Can I just mention with the wedding, I just need to mention all the tulle.
Oh my
and
God.
how that's supposed to be classy and pretty. I cannot.
So classy.
They kept putting more and more tulle, and they were having the handyman do it. And I'm like, this is supposed to be like
people. They ran out of people. What was up with the swan guy being a jerk too?
Yeah.
So much tulle, and like the tulle is not. It's like spread out, so that there's tulle in everywhere you look is more tulle. The tulle budget was over the top.
And then they mentioned Jordan Almonds. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah.
This in weddings, everybody would have something called Jordan Almonds. I didn't know what it was called until I was an adult, but I was like, is anyone eating this? Is there a reason that you are putting Jordan Almonds in more tulle? It's usually in tulle.
Yep. Little
and
bags.
It's supposed to be fancy and nice. And I don't know.
It's an Italian wedding thing. Isn't it an Italian thing? Jordan Almonds?
I think it's, I don't know. I just always saw it as like, we're trying to be fancy, so here's your almonds.
Oh. I don't know. It was like a wedding thing. Or like a tradition. Italians do that. We're hearing that Italians do that a lot. That was the exact words.
But it could be that other people picked up on it as a fancy thing to do. Like
I just thought it was like a traditional thing, not that it was fancy, just that it was traditional. I don't know.
Yeah, I just had to mention the tulle and the Jordan almonds.
Bag weddings that didn't have Jordan almonds. Like, oh, we're not fancy enough for this candy almonds.
I feel like they were there and we weren't Italian, so they must have been like copying what is fancy.
Right,
like we borrow from the French and the Italian and
you take
European.
The most fun traditions from weddings to make your own.
Jordan almonds.
I might not have a Jewish wedding. If I ever get married, it may or may not be a Jewish wedding, but I still want to do the chair lifting up thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that should be adopted into every wedding because it's freaking fun.
I didn't have a Jewish wedding, but...
Did you still do the chair thing?
Yeah, I did the horror. Oh my God, now I'm forgetting if I did it, but I remember doing it.
So I think you take the most fun traditions from other weddings and like put them into like the best, so if someone's like, oh, you know what you should do, you should get some Jordan almonds, and then that came from an Italian person, but you're not Italian, but now that's just a wedding thing. So I think it's like that.
Yeah.
And I think, what are the best wedding traditions of each culture? I think we should do henna all over everybody from Indian weddings. That looks like fun.
That's Iraqi also.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Got to do the henna.
But you do it before. But now, you do it before the wedding. A lot of women, they wear gloves for the henna because they don't want it in their wedding pictures, and it takes weeks to.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. They just do it for the tradition, but they don't want it actually on them.
That's weird.
Yeah.
My cousin married an Indian lady, and they had a henna person at the wedding, and I was so excited.
It's so pretty.
And my flight was delayed, and I missed her, and I'm still mad.
Oh, we have to throw a henna party for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then people will be like, oh, did you go to a wedding? And I'll be like, no, I just hired a henna person because I never had it done. And the one chance I had to have it done, I missed the flight was delayed.
Well, that used to be, you know how temporary tattoos were at carnivals and things? There started being a henna person at parties.
I know. I mean, I can find one. I live in Queens. I can find a henna person, but I need an excuse.
You can get your eyebrows threaded and get henna at the same time.
At the same time, and it'll be like $6 somehow. Like, I don't know.
In
it's like
Queens.
the one thing that's cheaper in New York City is like threading.
Oh man, Queens is the best. Okay, let's move on.
All right. So, do you have information about this episode?
Yes, I do. Let's get into trivia. All right. This was episode
smooth.
Like that? Thank you. I've always been good at transitions after a breakup, after what it's all just transitions for me. Episode 3 is called Kill Me Now.
Kill Me Now? I didn't know that. Okay.
Right?
I'm not allowed, by the way, to our listeners, I'm not allowed to look at the title episodes because they sometimes have spoilers.
They do, right? I'm glad you're not looking at that.
I mean, Kill Me Now is not a spoiler, but first day at school would have been a spoiler.
Yeah, last time, episode 2 was something like the Lorelai's first day or something.
First day at Chilton.
This is called Kill Me Now, which I don't get it, but okay. Original air date Thursday, October 19th, 2000. And my first question to you is, what Broadway role did Kelly Bishop, which is Emily Gilmore, the grandma, win a Tony for?
Whoa.
Right?
Auntie Mame.
No. Do you want to take another guess?
Gypsy.
A chorus line.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Not just that. What I found out through reading her book, and read her book. It's called The Third Gilmore. I'm in love with her now. Kelly Bishop had a ballet background. She originated the role of Sheila in A Chorus Line. She won a Tony for Best Performance by a featured actress in a musical. And the character she played had a lot of detail from her actual life. Here's what I read in the book. She was with ballet people. She was a serious ballet dancer. And one time, a bunch of the ballet people got together and they talked about their life. And that night turned into the script called A Chorus Line.
Whoa! Wait,
yes.
So the person who wrote it was in the room that night? I forget his name, but I think it was Michael Bennett, who is the chorus. He's the choreographer. Wow!
So I think he was there.
That's
it was
so cool.
Yeah.
Remember how we were having a conversation one day, and then it became a hit Broadway show?
Yeah. So I think it was recorded, and they were just having all these feelings. They stayed up till really late. They talked about their life, and so let's see. By the time A Chorus Line was, this is it. By the time A Chorus Line was starting, Kelly Bishop was under contract for a different show, but the choreographer of A Chorus Line, Michael Bennett, bought Kelly Bishop out of her existing contract so that she could join the original cast.
Oh.
I believe they just celebrated the 50-year anniversary.
Wow.
And she was there on stage after A Chorus Line and got to take her bow.
Cool. That is really cool. What a
Don't
legacy.
You see her differently now?
Yeah. Well, I noticed she does have good posture, but I thought that was a rich lady. That's a rich lady thing.
Yes.
Or an actor thing.
Oh, she's so interesting and so glorious.
That's really cool. I didn't realize that
Originating?
she's the original chorus girl. That's
Yeah,
cool.
and I don't know why I'm trying to read without my glasses, so I'm sorry for all the stuttering. Okay, here's the next one. The character who played the Swan guy was also in the second episode as a different character. Do you remember him? What character did he play?
The Swan guy was in the second episode. That's one episode ago. I took notes.
Oh, you're cheating?
Was he Ian Jack?
I don't know his name. He played like just a character.
No. Who was he?
The DSL guy.
Oh. Wow. Why
Yeah,
did they
right?
reuse him? That's funny.
Right? And it's from episode 2 to episode 3, same character, same person, different character. You didn't notice, which means the rest of us probably didn't notice because we had to wait a week. We used to have to
Right.
wait a week. We didn't
Right,
have to
right.
binge it. So yeah.
But also, it's not out of the realm of possibility that it is the same person.
Right, because he's just a guy with a job. Maybe
He's just
that's
a
his
guy
second
with
job.
he's a guy with two jobs.
Yeah, maybe that's his weekend job.
I mean, that guy exists.
Let's
So
see.
like that's very funny that like nobody in the show would be like, "Weren't you the DSL guy?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, I have two jobs." It's not
I
that
mean,
weird.
she just argued with him a few days ago about her DSL and
That's
him trying
really
to get
funny.
into her house. So,
That's very, very funny. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
okay, here's another one. Which actor, according to Wikipedia, started her career as a comedian and singer working the city's nightclub circuit with her friend, Bette Midler?
Whoa.
Comedian and singer, working at nightclubs, friend Bette Midler. I feel like you can guess this one.
Oh, Patty.
Yeah, Miss Patty.
It's got to be Patty. Yeah, Patty, the queer-coded dance teacher. Yeah, she's the best. I want the Patty show for sure.
Oh, yeah. I
And
want the
she's
Patty
friends
show, too.
with Midler.
Yeah, her name is Liz Torres.
Okay.
She was born September 27th, 1947. American actress, singer, and comedian. Torres is best known for her role as Mahalia Sanchez in the NBC comedy series The John LaRoquette Show, which I never heard of.
You haven't heard it? John LaRoquette played.
No.
He was on Night Court. He had a show for a minute. You'd probably know him if you saw him.
I'm the worst at names, so any name that I already... The fact that I remembered Meryl Streep's name...
Yeah, that was impressive. I forgot it.
Thank you.
Did you notice that I said Lorelai correctly this whole episode? Boom.
I didn't, but yeah, you did.
I wrote it down 700. I still don't know how to spell it, by the way. I have no idea how to spell it.
Nobody does.
Because the spoiler would have been for me to see it written. So like I made a point to like never look at, so I don't know how to spell Lorelai.
Laura lied to me.
Laura lied to me. Laura
So,
lie
yes, so
down.
So she
in
was in
front of
that
me.
show from 1993 to 1996. She received 2 Primetime Emmys and a Golden Globe Award nomination.
Nice.
Here's a fun fact about her. She made her film debut in 1969 playing a prostitute in a low-budget movie titled, this is the greatest title. Oh my God, brace yourself. I got to put my glasses on. This is crazy. Okay. Utterly without redeeming social value.
That's the name.
Thank you. I had to make
Utterly
sure I'm getting it
without
right.
redeeming social value was the
Don't
name
you
of a
feel like
show.
We have to watch it. No, it's a film debut, so it sounds like a movie. So
Oh
I
my
feel
God.
like we have to watch this
We
at
have
some
to
point.
watch that. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm writing it down. Utterly without redeeming
Social
social
value.
value. We gotta watch this.
1969. She played a prostitute. How good does that sound?
How do we get our hands on this? We'll ask our
We
producer.
will. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay.
Yep. Fez is in Morocco. Got it. It's a thing Italians do.
Oh, he also told us while we were watching, because you were so upset that Rory didn't get a thingy for the
Tee
ball.
for the
A
golf
tee.
ball. So you go to the range first. Here's my thing with the teaching a kid how to play golf. You don't put the golf ball into the grass. You take them to the range to practice hitting first. Even regular golfers practice a couple of whacks before they get on the green.
Well, he was already annoyed. He's not going to go like teach her.
Yeah, but like
then
he's like you need the driver. Blah blah. He gives her like the driver. You need like I don't know, but patience and confidence, like whatever. Like he gives her the spiel, and then she knocks a bunch of grass around, and like we're supposed to think like, oh, what a klutz. But I'm like, no, she doesn't have a tee in the grass. But also, if you've never swung a golf club before in your life, you start.
Yeah. So we were just told, and we were told while we were watching, there are no tees on the actual golf course.
On the practice area, but at the range, I've been to where they put like it's like fake grass. It's like AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And you put the ball on that so that you can't mess up the dirt while you're practice swinging. I swear I didn't make that up. Look that up and look up the sextents at golf clubs.
I gotta look up the sextent. That is bananas cuckoo.
And also, if it doesn't exist, it's because they wiped them off the internet. Because I remember very clearly hearing about this.
It's an urban legend.
It is not an urban legend.
Okay, this is the controversy of this episode.
Then they wiped it. That's my grand conspiracy.
So children, adults, when you were children and on the golf course somehow, is this a thing? I don't know. But I like that you brought trivia as well. That's my trivia.
Mine's always lurid.
And
yours is
now,
about like Broadway. But now we have
Patty,
homework. We have to
yes.
watch Utterly Without Redeeming Social Value from 1969.
And I know how much you hate homework, but how good is this homework?
It's pretty good homework.
We'll have to do
I
it.
didn't realize that one of the things that would suck about me liking Gilmore Girls is that I have to wait. I can't binge a series like I would if I wasn't recording with you.
And you know what? I like that so much because this version of you talking about it without knowing what's next, like I so know what's next, and I only speak to other people who know what's next. So your chatter about it brings me so much joy. So I really love that you have to
and
wait.
I feel like I'm missing. Oh, here's the spoiler of the week, by the way. I was listening to another podcast, and they mentioned something about Rory's boyfriends, plural. So I know that somehow between now and the end of the series, Rory's going to have more than one boyfriend.
I'm sorry.
And I hope that doesn't mean that she's not bisexual, because that would be tragic. But
I love that you thought that this wedding was a lesbian wedding in the beginning of the episode.
I thought it might have been a lesbian wedding, because I was like,
which is totally normal now.
I didn't realize they were twins. I know, in the year 2000, it wasn't quite a thing. I didn't realize they were twins right away. I just saw that there were two women fighting over flowers, and I was like, is it a lesbian wedding?
I was way too proud of myself for like poker facing you thinking that they're getting married. I'm like, oh good. Like
I didn't actually think they were getting married because it was 2000, but I did not understand why two women were arguing over the flowers as if they both had control.
Yeah, and
like,
the double
like
mint.
a very bossy bridesmaid or something. I was like, what? Who is this woman?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
The double mint reference is always
no, and then
very
and then I
enjoyable.
realized they were twins when the grooms to be's were also twins, and I was like, oh, it's twinsies met twinsies. Have you ever dated a twin? I have.
I don't think so. No.
I've dated
Is that
an
weird?
identical.
Oh, which I thought, okay, so Suki was like, so they're both twins, right? So Suki was like, if he walks in on his sister-in-law and has sex with her, that's okay, right? And everyone's like, yeah. And I was like, wow, it is the year 2000 because that would not fly. Like,
no,
that's deception and some it's I want to use the R word, rape.
Oh,
because
I thought it was the other R word.
I know there's so many.
And I was like, that doesn't fit here.
Okay, let's move on. Let's get into predictions.
I mean, I think I kind of went over my predictions already. I'm telling you what I'm hoping for. First of all, we need to get back to school. We need to know how the Paris situation is coming out. So I think we're getting probably, I would imagine we're back to school next episode.
I actually don't know.
Okay. And
What if we're never back at school?
that was the one
done.
episode.
Yeah. I mean, as we learned in the last of our episode, part of my trivia was she wasn't supposed to be a character at all. So
Right. Yeah. I don't know. But I think that we're gonna get more into Lorelai's love life because it's been set up a couple times, and that Rory is developing her own tastes, and that might tear them apart. That she's becoming closer with Lorelai's mother, and so that's going to become an ongoing thing, an ongoing push pull. I feel I need some of the jerk characters to sweeten up, not even sweeten up, but just like develop other elements of a personality. Like,
I hear you on that.
To say something kind in a weak moment. Or that Michelle needs to get fired because it's ridiculous. Also, I need Luke to lighten up and say something that's not just a complete bummer. And I don't think we got any of our little images this week.
No, but you are starting to see in the beginning while the theme plays, you're starting to see scenes that you've already seen.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so that's your predictions. I think they're good ones. Again, I love watching it with a new person. I can't believe how you avoided all this information.
I'm amazed that I avoided listening to any spoilers.
Yeah, awesome. So that's our episode 3. I cannot wait to watch episode 4. I love that you're getting into it. Oh, so you said episode 1 you would keep watching. Episode 2 was even better. Episode 3?
Right. I need my rating system. I mean, this episode, I enjoyed episode 2 more. I'm going to give this one, I think like a 7.5.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I like this rating thing because I always want to know where
nothing.
you are.
If you held my feet to the fire and you were like, why? I'd be like, I got to go. And then I'd fall asleep.
All right. We did it again. High five.
High five.